All right, looks like we are live. We got a conversation to have today. It's the Hate and Debate or Debate program with Noah Lyles and Sha'Carri Richardson. People have been saying a lot of things in the comment section, so we're going to let them, come in on Zoom. Let me see if I can hear myself first. As always, on these live streams, I'm going to click on this stream to see if I can hear myself. I should be able to. And let's see. All right.
People have been saying a lot.
Okay. Yep. I can hear it. Now, let me get out of that. And I'm going to wait for everybody to come in that said that they would. There was a few people that said they would come in. So we're going to see if they actually do. This isn't a normal topic. So I don't even know if anybody's going to show up. But let's see. We're going to do it on Zoom. We're going to do it on Zoom. I'm not going to pay for the version of Zoom. So it's going to be limited to 40 minutes per Zoom link. Because I don't know how many people are going to show up. If this is something that is going to be a regular thing where we have programs and everything, I'll pay the, $15 a month. But I didn't think I should pay it right now because if it's just this, yeah. So we got the Hater Debate program against the Olympic 100-meter champion Noah Lyles, the Olympic 100-meter silver medalist Sha'Carri Richardson, two-time Olympic bronze medalist Noah Lyles, two times Olympic champ in the 4x1, Sha'Carri Richardson. Should we go over more stats? Should we go over more stats as we are waiting for that, right? Or actually, not two-time Olympic 4x100 meter champion. I got that one wrong. It's one-time 4x100 meter Olympic champ. It's okay, though. It's okay. Should we go over more stats? Like both of them are world champion in the 100 from last year. But we got some people that like to debate some things, that like to hate on some things. So we're going to give them a chance to call in. Where are you guys at? Because once you guys are here in the chat, let me know if you're in the chat. I will drop that Zoom link for you. I will drop the Zoom link for you. People are not liking some of the, some of what they're saying or what they're claiming they're saying. There's been some rumors going around. Apparently, in the comment section, there are people saying that he was wishing people bad health, and I haven't heard it. I was listening to different podcasts. I haven't heard him talk about things. They say he got a big mouth. He was telling things with his girlfriend. I heard that same thing, and I didn't hear it. So, but maybe I was listening to the wrong thing. So if you got something to say, come into the program and let's go here. If you're here and you want to join in on that conversation on Zoom, drop your comment in the comment section so I can drop this Zoom link for you. Drop this comment in the comment section so I can go ahead and drop the Zoom link for you if you're going to come here for that. Actually, let me do this. Let me just start that Zoom meeting right now. Let's see. I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. You said, who said that? It's been all over my comment section. If you go to the Hate and Debate community tab, you can see somebody saying that he was wishing people bad health. You can go actually there right now and you can see somebody said that. And if you can't see it, because sometimes YouTube is filtering out comments just like all of these other programs. This is not the person on this is not me. This is not the host of those different YouTube channels. Because some people are like, oh, you're being cowardly filtering people's thing. And I'm like, are you new to the internet? Did you not know that these platforms start filtering people? That's why they like TikTok so much. And they're trying to ban that in the US because it's not really being, well, it is filtered against black people, but it's not being filtered as much for different conversations. So what you have to do is, instead, every time I do this too, you change it from top comments to, I guess on the community it says newest comments. That's kind of annoying. But sometimes it has all comments or newest comments. That's what I do. Even with the live streams, I change it from live to top comments to all comments. That's how you're able to see some of them, because it automatically filters people in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the invite link. I'm going to drop this here. I'm going to drop that right there. Let's do that. That's the Zoom link. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat for right now. I can't because it's got this interaction key on there. I can't even pin it to the top of the chat yet until we get enough comments on there. It's this little heart thing getting in the way of me pinning it, unfortunately, but it's only us 2 comments right here. So come on, where are you guys at? There were several people that said that they would join in. Where are you guys at? You knew what time I was going to do it. I said it. I scheduled it. So where are you at? Looks like we got some people chickened out. Hey, that works too. If people are not willing to come in, hey, that works too. I'll give them about 5 minutes. If they don't want to come in, then that is fine. We got a waiting room for everybody. All right, where you guys at? Daryl, what's going on? Where are the people with the hater debate? Let's go ahead. We're going to give people a couple of minutes to come in because maybe it's not showing. And I know sometimes when you go live, I don't know why it takes like a minute or 2, even when you are waiting there for it to click in. But where are the people at that said that they were going to come in and they were going to debate? There were a couple people I required to come in because I'm going to ban them off the channel if they don't. They're just saying all types of just dumb things. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. We are going to allow you to say your piece. And while we're waiting on it, remember how the other day we were saying, hey, Jamaica might... There was a person that said, waiting for Jamaica to claim Gabby. Well, here's the proof right here. They said Jamaica right there. They were claiming Gabby Thomas now as Jamaican. If it's that bad for Jamaica right now that you got to start claiming other people, whether they're half Jamaican or not, they're not running for Jamaica, number one. There's a lot of half FBA athletes, and some of them are running for different countries. That's not... You're not representing the U.S. right now. If you're representing someone else, that is on behalf of their nation. Now, on the one hand, it's like, okay, cool. We're cool with you because, hey, you share lineage with us. That's what you're trying to do now. But, hey, you know what? If somebody got to start claiming somebody else's medals as their own, because I don't see Gabby's medal going to Team Jamaica at all. But that's just me. You said they're afraid. It's not like it's not like people know them personally. But hey, if they don't want to come in to do this, hey, that's on them. We had some people big talking. So that means now that I put this out here, and there were some people that said they would join in and actually be on the Zoom, and I got the link right here. You know what? I'm just going to ban them off of the comments. That's fine. So that means the next championship around, I won't see their comments. And if they start talking again, immediately those people, I'll say, come in, come on the conversation, come on the Zoom. If it's a new person with a new profile because they want to create a burner account, from now on, they got to call in. If not, they just get banned. It's fine. We could do it that way or we could do it this way. But this is their chance to let it out. This is their chance right here to let it out. To let their hatred or their questions that they may have. They might have questions about who won the 100 because that's one of the biggest things that people are saying. It was stolen. Okay, if it's stolen, come up here. Let's talk about it. Come up here and let's talk about it. It looks like we only have the people that are here just wanting to watch. Oh, we got one person. Let me see. Let me view this person real quick. Okay, we got one person joining in from Nieces. Okay, I'm not going to unmute you yet. We're going to see something. Do not start your video. I don't need you to start the video. We got people on there because we don't want to see no news. That's why I don't have people with the video stuff. It's a lot of people that troll. So let me see. Can I unmute you? You got to put your audio there. There's no unmuting at all until you connect your audio. There we go. Now that you connected your audio, unmute yourself. Okay, you're echoing. Yeah, I can hear you. We got Phronesis up here. What's going on?
Yeah, I was the one who said that. Yeah, it's late at my place. It's actually 1 a.m. here, so.
Oh, gotcha.
I tried my best. I have some overwork to do. I have some tasks to do, so I had to stay up a little. And then I was able to catch up the stream.
Okay, so where are you calling in from?
This is split or debate. Oh goodness, not where I'm calling you from.
Of course, we got to know where everybody is. You said it's 1 o'clock. Where are you calling from?
Moscow.
Who?
Moscow.
Moscow?
Yeah.
All right, if you're going to troll, we're just going to get you out of here. You're not calling from Moscow.
Why are you saying that?
Okay, I'm not going to go back and forth on that. I'm going to give you one more chance. Where are you calling from? You know I'm in the U.S., okay? This is not a trick question. Yeah. It's not a trick question. I really don't like when people are doing that. If you're going to come in here and call and hate and debate, I'm just asking this. We have an international audience here. Everybody needs to know where everybody's calling from. It's that simple. That's it. We got people from South Africa that's here. They come in and they shout out their place all the time. We got Jamaicans that come in and they do it all the time.
Nick, don't make a big deal out of this. I'm a student.
All right, so I'm about to ban you. I told you, where you calling from? It's a simple question. If you can't do that, then we don't got time to listen to your debate or whatever you're about to do.
Nick, can you hear me out? I'm being honest with you.
Okay, I don't have time for time wasters. I'm about to remove you. I'm going to give you one more time. Where are you calling from? It's a simple question. That's it. You think we're about to... So this guy right here, let me mute him real quick. So this guy right here thinks I'm about to roast him? Like, is he that... This is the cowardly people that we got coming up to the chat right now. Like, we got some person here. Here's a guy, he said, greetings from the Caribbean. All I'm asking is a simple question. Where are you calling from? I'm about to allow you to unmute yourself. But that's all I want to know. Before we go forward, where are you calling from? If you can't answer that, I'm going to boot you. It doesn't matter if you're the only one that calls in. That means everybody else is cowardly. But I just want to know where you're calling in from. Now, here we go. You can unmute yourself. It's a simple question. We don't got time for trolling.
Nick, I already answered your question, and I'm not a troll. I'm here to debate and not to troll.
Okay, if you're calling in from Moscow, I'm going to need you to turn on your video. I'm the only one that's going to be able to see it, and I want you to show me outside the window that that's Moscow. Just show me. Yeah, go ahead. Show me something that's proof there. Since you're calling in from Moscow, show me proof, because I don't like liars. If you're already starting out liar, I said this to somebody in the comment section. I hate liars. You don't got to lie to make a point. So prove where it's at. You can turn on your video for me. Nobody else is going to see it because you can see the live stream on there right now. You don't got to be cowardly. This is the caliber of people that's coming in to debate. Okay. Out the window. That don't look like Moscow. That's not the structure of a Moscow building. No. That's not a structure of Moscow. Where are you calling in from?
If that's not enough.
Okay, where are you calling in from? That don't look like Moscow. I got an idea, but where are you calling in from? I have one
it's
of my
quite.
girls is Nigerian, another girl is Kenyan, another one is Black American. Everybody knows that I date more than one woman. Now, I travel all over the different places. I can tell about where you're from your accent from where I travel, but I'm gonna let you talk yourself. One more time. Where you calling in from?
It takes a lot of braveness for me to come over here and speak. It's
Nobody
so
can
painful
see
when you
you.
are going to know.
Nobody can see
Yes,
you.
yes, yes,
Nobody
I
can see
understand.
you. The
But from
Jamaicans
where I'm
come
coming
in
from,
and they tell us, I'm repping Jamaica. How come you can't rep your
no,
country?
about where I am from.
How come you
I
can't
am
rep
from
your country?
just one.
Is your
I
country in
said no,
shambles that bad
no,
to for you? Are you ashamed of your
no.
country?
I am not.
Because
I am
even
not Russian.
though
I
my
am a foreign
woman is
student
from
in Russia.
Nigeria and Nigeria is in flames and shambles right now, she will still proudly say, I'm a Niger person. I'm here representing Igbos. I'm here representing Nigeria, and your cowardly ass can't do that. But you want to come in and debate.
Bro,
You
I
can't
am a
represent
Nigerian
your own
student in
country.
Moscow. Is that
Did y'all did
difficult
y'all
for
hear
you
this?
to understand, bro?
Hey, look, this is crazy. It's already crashing out before we started. I asked him a simple question and he can't answer. Thank you. Goodbye. I guess he did giggle. Anybody else? Who's the next person? We can't hide no hate in debate. I asked him where he's calling in from. It was the most friendly question. The most friendly question. I didn't even have that wasn't even a trick question either. Damn, that wasn't even a trick question. We crashed out before it even started. Y'all, I guess. Anybody else? But this time, just answer where you're coming from. We can move on. That was the only one question. And then I was about to let him talk for a good 2, 3 minutes. But okay, so this guy was going to call in about his hate for, I guess, either one or both of them. And then he was going to spew it. And then he was going to tell us to believe him. But he lied about where he's from. Okay, cool. So you didn't want to claim your land, but you're probably the same person that will trash talk people like myself. I've been over to different places over there since I'm not even going to go there right now. I've already said it. Now, remember it was either Islander or somebody else what is it? Tania? One of the two, I think it was Tania. In my comment section, you said that we have a global black family, we all dealing with this, and this guy just lied. I don't want to be aligned with a liar. I don't want to be aligned with somebody that just lied. They don't want to tell where they're from. I wasn't even going to roast him from where he's from. That was just, hey, everybody's here. You said it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm curious. Where is it 1 o'clock in the morning? Because in Nigeria right now, it would be 11:34 p.m. in Nigeria, right? So if you're talking about South Africa, it might be 1:30 in the morning, I think. If you're talking about Kenya, that would be what is it, 2 or 3:30 in the morning? 2:30 in the morning, just off the top of my head. And I will be in Nigeria in about September. I will be in Kenya in November. So I don't even know what the heck is going on with this guy. But anybody else want to come in, call in, hate or debate? The link is in the chat. Let me pin it to the top of the chat now so people can come in. That was very strange, very weird. And I didn't kick him. He left himself. I told him it was the last time several times. Here's the hate and debate right here. The link for the Zoom link is at the top of the chat. Join in. Tell us get it off your chest. If you think the race was stolen or anything like that, come in. So let me read that. You said greetings from a Caribbean reading in the European Union. Okay, residing. And then you said, did he giggle? You said, understand that is why they fly over the Caribbean and land in Miami. All of the African airlines. Yep, that is why this is Reviency Felicia. This is that person speaking. That is why also there is no massive Caribbean Africa exodus, not even during or after IYAD. I'm not sure what that is. Can you explain what IYAD is? Somebody come in, the next person come in with your hate or debate. There were some people that said they would call in. Come on. There was one right there. He crashed out. He couldn't answer where he's from. He could have even made up a country. That was the funny thing. I was thinking in my head, I was like, couldn't he just say a random nation in Africa? But it's it's definitely way past 1 o'clock in Moscow. Like that live was just so easy to debunk. In France, in France, it's 11:37 right now. Same as Nigeria, same as London, same as many of those places. He could have made something more realistic, and I would have just left him alone. But he couldn't. Now this guy, let's say he's from Botswana. Let's just use that for example. He's gonna call in and hate on Sha'Carri and Noah Lyles, but then he couldn't represent his own country. Now somebody told me these are people close to me, and I'm glad that I have women that are from different areas, right? And I speak to so many people, and I do business with so many people because they tell me, hey, these are fair weather Africans, fair weather, sometimes Jamaicans, but we're gonna stay where he's at. And from what I saw, I can kind of guess, but I'm not gonna throw it out for because if I'm happen to be wrong, it's one or two nations, then you know what? I don't want to do it for them. I don't want to do it on them. Now, so there's a lot of people that really don't like the countries they're in, but they're going to rep the country to tear other people down when it comes to athletic performances, when somebody gets a degree, when somebody gets a job, or when they go to the US or Europe or something like that. Because there's a lot of people in the UK that are like, man, all these people coming from West Africa, I'm not going to say any specific nation here, they're hating on us. They're trying to say they're better. And it's just like, wow, that just got exposed right here. I didn't have to say anything. He did it to himself. I asked him one question, wasn't a trick question. Next person, Zoom link is right there at the top of the chat. Who is coming in to hate or debate? I'm going to let you get your 2 minutes in. It's not a trick question, y'all. Get your 2 minutes in, get your conversation out, and go ahead. Go ahead. If you got a hate or debate about Sha'Carri or Noah Lyles, or we're going to try to stick to them, or something else regarding that, because some people said Noah Lyles was cheated. He got the win on purpose. Come on, let us go. We got a lot of, I guess we got a lot of cowards here. They did not show up. And it's not like people see you. Nobody sees you. I didn't even see the guy. I saw a slight reflection of him, and he put out the window, so he at least did that, but he didn't answer the question. That didn't look like Moscow. I just wanted a simple question. So I'm going to ask you where you're calling in from, or the nation that you're like representing or something like that. It's the most basic thing. And after that, you talk. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I got a clock right here. So let me see. Read these. You said, Josh said it's 11:37 Nigeria. Correct. That was 2 minutes ago. Yeah, of course. Then Felicia said International Year of African Descent. The Ghana. Oh, telling us to come back and become one again. Yeah, the year return thing. Yeah. For example, somebody said Daryl, Mr. Milkman. So I'm waiting for the people to come in. I guess this is gonna be just that. Man, I stopped trading for this. I should just kept trading. Are you related to Carrie? They said no, we're not related. They go by the Richardson last name. That's funny. There is no somebody. Felicia said there is no significant Caribbean African immigration. We love our Caribbean. Kareem is saying that the meeting ID is invalid. Oh, wait a minute. Really? Hold on. Give me a second. Try this one. Try this one. I don't know why, but here, use this passcode right here, Kareem. I don't know why it's doing that because sometimes people are doing it. Maybe I got to stop the Zoom and then restart it. If I have to do that, I'm going to end the meeting and then do a new link. But try that one first. Let me know. You said I'm Jamaican proud, live in Brooklyn, New York currently. Gotcha. Yeah, it wasn't that hard. I'm just like, okay, we ain't about to roast it. He said, bro, really? I'm like people ask me where I'm from all the time. I was born and raised in Chicago. You see, this is the type of people that will be around you. This is just anybody. I'm speaking to anybody, anywhere. not just for Black Americans or anything. These are the type of people around you. That's the caliber of backstabbing that some of the people will have around you. They're so ashamed of telling you where they're from. These are some white people that do that too. I noticed that some guy did that to me before. I asked him, "Hey, what's up? What's your name? Whatever." And he's asking. He didn't actually answer, but he like said some words, so I thought he did. And then he started asking me all this. He started finding out information, and I didn't realize I told him. And I didn't even realize I told him my name because I had stopped trying to tell people in a certain town what my name was. He called me by my name. I'm like, when did I call? When did I tell him? That was crazy. Steve Brain said it took courage to connect the link. I joined and was ready to talk. This is unfair, bro. Man, stop whining. Get your ass in the chat and tell where you're from. This is an African studying in Moscow. I was told it was a bad idea to join this and I should have listened. Uh-oh, here come the whining. Here come the whining person effect. That didn't look like Moscow, my guy. You didn't have no evidence of a Moscow building. You know why? Okay. Okay. You said it's an African studying in Moscow. Get yourself back in the link. I'm going to let you speak. Just get back in the Zoom. I'm going to let you speak. That's it. I'm going to let you speak. In that case, if you're in Moscow, we're going to allow you to speak. If you're studying in Moscow, I really don't believe it, but we're going to allow you to speak. Get it off your chest. And also, if you're an African studying in Moscow, where is your home nation? There we go. That'll be easier for you to answer, right? You could at least answer that one, right? We got people already. Kareen, she's trying to join in the link, but it's not working for her for some reason. So, but she's trying to join in. She just said, hey, I'm Jamaican in Brooklyn, New York. How hard is that? Yeah, and Africa is not a nation. That is correct. You say it's unfair. My guy, life is unfair. Life is unfair. Track and field is unfair. Everybody has height advantages, weight proportion advantages, genetic advantages. It is what it is. You just said it's unfair. You just said this is unfair. Okay, you're whining now. Get in the chat. I'm going to allow you back in. Hey, Kareen, is it working yet? We're waiting for you. I don't want people to hear me. This is 27 minutes in. We're waiting for somebody to come in with the actual debate. Okay, here's Phronesis. Let's let them back in. Let's let you get it off your chest. You said you're in Moscow. Okay. Connect your audio. Connect your audio so I can unmute you. All right. Well, we're waiting for Phronesis to get his audio together, or Steve. We're going to allow him to connect his audio. Okay. There you go. There's your... There we go. Okay. You said you're calling in from Moscow. So where are you originally from?
I'm from Ghana.
Okay. That wasn't that hard. Okay. Now, what you got to let's just move on. We don't want to go in circles now. Now, what you got to...
Right. It's that simple, right?
Yeah.
I've realized that, like, people are not even willing to listen to anybody, defend Noah Lyles in the first place. So, it's quite difficult. But it's very simple. Some people love Noah. I'm here to, like, first of all, I have to state again, I'm here to defend Noah Lyles. You said it's hate or debate. I wanted to even ask you in the beginning, like, how does the rules work or anything like that? Where, you put me in kind of a tough position. But, like, yeah, if it's hate or debate, then I'm here to debate on behalf of Noah Lyles. Is that allowed?
I would rather people that had something negative to say with how your introduction was. I was assuming that you just said it was something that that was negative, and they said your volume is low. So hold on, let me move my mic a little bit closer. Give me a second. And Kareem, I see you there. Just have a second. We're gonna have you on after him. So we're gonna have one at a time. Okay, let's test this out. I just moved my mic closer. Can you say something?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys hear him better? Okay. So you said you're going to defend Noah Lyles, correct?
Yeah, I'm here to debate on his behalf. It's not just like I'm going to defend him. I don't
Okay.
think he is completely defendable. He has his flaws just like every other person. So
Okay.
I'm just here to, I wanted, I joined early. I was the first person. I was notified. Like I was waiting for the time. It's not like I don't. I just wanted someone to hate on him first, then I come to debate. But no one was connecting. That's why I connected in the first place.
Okay. So they said your volume is better. Okay, that's good. And I can hear you a little bit better, so that's good. So if you're going to say on his behalf, okay. So
I need someone to
what
hate on
have
him,
you
then I can
seen that you needed to
anyway.
defend so far? What have you seen that you needed to defend or debate on his behalf? Because we don't got anybody yet that's speaking against him.
All right.
Let
So
me
like I
un
have faith.
let me unmute Kareen and see if she has something that is against them first. So then that'll get that probably you'll have a reason to defend them and everything. So let me unmute her. I was gonna do one at a time, but and I still am, but just let her speak. So don't interrupt her. Everybody gets 2 minutes. 2 minutes of a monologue. I'm not gonna interrupt you. So right now, Phronesis, I'm going to mute you, and then I'm gonna give her her 2 minutes. Kareen, you are unmuted.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can perfectly loud and clear, and I believe everybody else can too.
Okay, great. So I'm Kareen. I'm from originally from Jamaica, but I've been living in the States for many, many years. Now I'm an avid track fan. I you know me. I'm always on your channel, always commenting. My thing is, I'm calling about Sha'Carri and her behavior.
Okay.
Listen, is Sha'Carri talented? Yes. But her antics, that's what gets me. I understand that this last 2 years she has shaped up and been doing good. 2023 season, she was unbeatable, except by Julian Alfred that beat her last year. And we always knew that Julian had the potential to beat her. But the behavior at the press conference was disgusting. She, nor Melissa Jefferson, I think that's her last name,
Mm-hmm.
didn't show up and left poor Julian Alfred by herself at the press conference. I don't like that. And Sha'Carri does a lot of those antics, especially online and things like that. And she needs to be called out. Yes, she has her, she was the face. I don't know. They made her the face. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess she was disappointed because she was, I guess, guaranteed a gold medal. But girl, Julian Alfred has beaten you and is track and it's the 100 meters. So anyone could win. And yes, you may have not felt well, blah, blah, blah. Yes, what they did to you and Shelly Ann was disgusting and disrespectful. But Sha'Carri does not have good manners and to her fellow colleagues. These are her colleagues. Forget the people online. Da 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 da. She acts. She don't have any behavior. And when people call that out, people saying, "Oh, you're not a part of the diaspora." Listen, there's tribalism. We all black. I'm Pan Africans. I'm from the Garvey School. We all black people. And Sha'Carri, like I told you, grandmother is Jamaican. So it's not even about the rivalry between Jamaica and America. I just don't like the way Sha'Carri acts towards her fellow colleagues. She should do better. If she want to carry on while out on the people online, the fans, blah blah blah, whatever. But to your fellow, the way she treats her colleagues is disrespectful, and we should call that out. And you should have called that out too. That's it.
Okay. So let me get it clear. So the first thing that you were talking about is that she didn't show up to the press conference, and that
Right after you win,
yeah,
after you win, they have a little circus magazine. I forgot the name of the people that do it. They do like a little
yeah, Sirius Mag
interaction
and
with the journalists.
yeah, this is everybody. Yeah, it's not just Sirius Mag. That's who you're talking about, but
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
whole bunch of different media things. They do
right.
that with all sports. Yeah. So you're talking about basically in the mixed zone. I think no, the mixed zone is right after the race is there, and
Where they
then
sit
they
down
go there.
and
Yeah.
meet with the international press.
Yeah. So yeah, Julian Alfred was by herself. I believe from the first one. Now, what I was seeing was that they were getting drug tested, and I was like, that doesn't seem to be accurate because why would they do that? And they allow so many other people to go to the press conference. But if that were the case, that would explain
That's
both of them
bullshit.
not
You know
showing
that's
up.
bullshit.
So I was trying to look that up myself, and I did not find that to be corroborated. So the people that were saying that in my comment section, I really don't believe you because you don't have to lie in order to defend somebody. So I'll stand on the truth. She did not show up, and I believe she also didn't show up after the 4x1.
No, she did. She did. She showed up in 4x100. Just Google it. The search is right there.
Okay.
I mean, Julian Alfred is a quiet. She don't have the notoriety that Sha'Carri has. So the fact that they just had that girl sitting down there, but the optics look so bad. I felt so bad for her. This girl worked so hard and deserved it. She ran. She's been beating her like several times. So the fact that people were so shocked, okay, y'all gonna be shocked because y'all don't really watch track and field, but we all knew Julian was giving her would give her a run for the money. Everybody was disappointed from Jamaica that they played Shelly Ann, and I didn't like how they did Shelly Ann either. But it is what it is. I never expected Shelly Ann to win the gold. You never know with Shelly Ann, but I didn't really expect her to win the gold. So, and this was her last Olympics. She have all the gold medal things. So what they did to her, I did not like. But I don't like Sha'Carri behavior. She behaves nasty a lot of times. And when people call that out, people's hating on her and it's American against Jamaica. No, it's her behavior. And I
Well,
don't
I will
like that.
say
And
this.
I
I
want
will
her
say
to respect
this.
her colleagues.
I will say this. If I felt like I was cheated, I wouldn't show up either. And here's the reason. We do this over
She
here.
not cheated. She wasn't cheated.
Okay,
Julian
if
was
she
beating
didn't
her.
have a
How is that
chance,
cheated?
if she didn't have a chance to fully warm up, in her mind, she got cheated. That's what I'll say.
Oh boy. Oh
So,
boy. Yes. Always defend Sha'Carri when her behavior is out of control. Okay. Defend her. Defend her. Okay, Noah Lyles has had COVID so called and he lost and he showed up and whatever. He had COVID.
but we knew
Okay.
he had COVID 2 days before that, though, actually, because they were talking about it. Even the Let's Run forums that are trash, they were talking about it. It wasn't like it just came out right there. It actually was talking about rumored that he had it, and then it was confirmed afterward. That's how these media companies do. It's a big,
Sha'Carri
it's a
wasn't
big,
cheated.
it's a
Julian,
big,
let's be
it's a
real.
big
Let's be
headline.
honest. Let's be honest. Julian Alfred was would a Julian Alfred has beaten her in the past.
Well,
Julian Alfred
you know
is a
my
might
video.
hit her.
You know my video.
Uh,
I said that if she runs a 10.72, it's so funny because she ran the exact time that I said. I was like, if she runs a 10.72, she legit beat her because you can't expect Sha'Carri to run a personal best like anybody. Shelly Ann never ran her personal best all the time at the championships. She did not.
right,
She
right,
didn't even run her season best some of those times, but she would still
right.
win. Sometimes she would get the bronze, like with the toe injury and everything like that, but she came out. Now, what I'm saying here is the point I'm making. Whether she was going to beat her anyway or whatever we thought, she did not get a proper warm up. That's a known fact. Just like Shelly Ann, and she's a little older. She has some injury things, and she's going to continue to run after this. So she had to make a decision. Do I run at this Olympics knowing that I'm probably risking not even winning anyway or getting a medal and it's not going to be worth it? Or do I say, you know what, I'm going to call it a wraps at this games right now and still run the next world championships, which even a bronze is going to get you like what, $20,000, $30,000, okay? And then you still
Sha'Carri
get
don't
some
need the
notoriety
money.
with that.
Sha'Carri don't need the money. Sha'Carri don't need the money because she's getting so much endorsements,
I'm talking
millions.
about
I mean,
Shelly
any
Ann. I'm
money.
talking about
And
Shelly Ann. I'm talking about Shelly
oh
Ann.
yeah, no,
Shelly
Shelly Ann
Ann
is
made a
fine.
decision not to
Yeah,
continue because of her age, and she
yeah.
said, "Well,
No,
I'm
no,
about."
no.
She's on the
I don't
twilight.
have no problem with Shelly Ann.
Yeah.
I have the problem with they disrespecting her, but I have no problem with Shelly Ann. But I just don't, like I said, I don't like those type of behavior. And then when I call it out to you, you say we hate it and we jealous. And I'm not jealous of Sha'Carri. Who jealous of Sha'Carri? Listen,
Well, that
she's
specifically,
she's
I
leading the
wouldn't. I
sport.
wouldn't say that you would be jealous or hating on her with that specifically. Now, her not showing up, I got people have different opinions, but I'm gonna be honest. I would not show up to that press conference, and here's why. Let me continue because the first time you cut me, the reason why I
I
wouldn't show up
apologize.
is if I felt like I was cheated by the Olympic Committee. It has no. I don't care who else is there, because this is matching her personality. Remember, she didn't even interview with the white media companies before. Remember, she did not interview with the white media companies. She's very consistent. So when she said you guys were trashing me, you guys were doing this, you guys were doing that, and she avoided all the white media companies, she's consistent. So when she felt like she was cheated, it don't have anything to do. People get in their feelings and say, "Oh, you should honor this." No, just like what's his name in the NFL when he said, "I'm just here so I won't get fined." Marshawn Lynch, he came out and said, "I'm just here," because they fined him because he didn't show up to one. He was like, "Yeah, this stuff is trash. I don't need to show up to this press conference. They're gonna ask me dumbass questions. They're gonna come here and ask some common sense things about things that shouldn't even be asked. So I'm not gonna show up." But then they find him. So he was like, look, they're going to cut my pockets. I'm going to show up here and I'm just going to say, I'm just here so I won't get fined to every question until a black reporter asked him a question. Then he said something different. So she did the same thing. You guys don't have the context that some of us have that is here because we have to fight everybody every single freaking day about stuff. We stand on the corner, we got to fight. We just minding our business, we got to fight these white people. We got to do this, we fighting the white people. It don't matter. So that has absolutely nothing to do with Julian Alfred and everything to do with the messaging that was there. I don't know what else would have been there.
I agree with that. I think you just defending her. You just using that as a defense. I live in Brooklyn, New York. I've been in America a thing long. I'm clearly a black woman. So this fighting with white people is not. You don't have to send that to me. That she disrespected Julian. I'm sorry. You gonna defend her? You always defend her. No matter what she do, you defend her. Blah blah blah. So defend her.
But you've been on my channel since 2021.
This is typical Sha'Carri behavior. You could say, "Oh,
wait a minute. You've been on my channel since 2021, haven't you?"
What?
You've been on my subscriber list since 2021, correct?
That's correct.
And you're telling me I quote always defend Sha'Carri? I could bring up several videos right now. I was the person. I roasted her so bad that the video that I roasted her, people copied my headlines, including dumbass Roland Martin over there, which I do not like. He copied my stuff. It was on Sports Max. They started using that. The write a check that you can't cash. Your check bounced. Remember? I said that. I was like, no, Sha'Carri, you're going to have to do this because of that. And then I flamed her. I flamed her on there. I flamed her for some months. When it's called for, I flame her. This one is not one of those times. It had nothing to do. If she happened to disrespect her because of how that is, maybe our definitions of disrespect are a little bit too different. Like somebody said that, speaking against your coach in Jamaica is disrespect. No, if I disagree with the coach like Johan Blake, let me use that as an example. That's not disrespect. We have differences of our coaches here in the U.S. That's not a disrespect. If I don't like something they're doing or I disagree with it, me voicing it is not disrespecting them. But I remember Usain Bolt was in an interview talking as if Johan Blake slandered the coach. No, he didn't. So I realized something, that we have slightly different versions of what we define as disrespect. That was not disrespecting Julian Alfred, but I can see why you say that. I can see why you say that. I'll give you that. But it had nothing to do with Julian Alfred. That has nothing to do with her.
We're going to agree to disagree. I want to thank you for the opportunity to come on your panel and discuss this. And we're going to agree to disagree. And thank you very much for having me, okay?
No problem. I'm glad you called in. There's a lot of people that's said that they would. And it's only you and Phronesis that have decided to call in. There were literally like 5 or 6 other people that should have been here. And they are not here at all. They are not here at all.
Well, I love your channel, so I'll be here. And have a good night, okay? Or good evening, whatever. Bye.
And wait a minute? Did I go in on you or scare you or intimidate?
No, you was good. You was good. We had a good debate. And
yeah, see?
I like that.
Now
that's fine. I'm not a punk. It's okay. Listen, I'm in Brooklyn.
Hey, look, man, the Brooklyn. Hey, look. Okay, look. I'm gonna say 2 things. Jamaica and just in general, you got the New York. All of the women over there are tough as hell. I'm gonna just say that New York is all of them tough as hell. So
I concur.
Man, y'all ready to fight somebody, literally. I'm like, okay, all right. You have a good evening. Bye now. Okay, Phronesis, I'm about to unmute you right now. And now, who else is coming in? Come on, somebody let me know. Somebody let me know now. Oh yeah,
what's up?
Yeah. Actually, hold on just a sec. I'm gonna mute you one more time and then do a little monologue right after that.
I'm going to bed, bro.
Oh, okay. If you gotta go to bed, then hey, if you can't wait 2 more minutes, then hey, I'm gonna have to let you go to bed.
Can I pass it through just a comment?
You gonna have to wait 2 minutes. I gotta do this short monologue after what she said as an outro, and then I'll get you back on. And you can put a clock on me. All right. So. I will say this, that was not a disrespect at all. That had nothing to do with Julian Alfred. Another thing, because that wasn't necessarily on topic to this conversation. There is a difference between us and black Americans and other people. We got our riders. It sounds like Kareem is a rider. She is out here. She riding hard, but there is a difference. There is a complete difference with people that are from the killing fields of the American South and everybody else. We can't even say and act like that's the same. That's what that Drake thing came from. There's absolutely a difference. So when somebody's saying that, I'm like, I don't know about that. Also, I'm not a Pan African. I'm black first. Pan Africanism has not been working. When I see Africa get it together, then I will be Pan African for you. But here we go. I'm going to unmute you now. And there you go. That wasn't even 2 minutes. That was one.
Alright, so
Yeah, it did sound like
I
she was
don't
waiting
know.
a little bit, but
I have
that's what
like
this is.
a
That's what this is
different
for.
opinion.
Oh, go ahead.
I think like I have different opinion to a lot of people. I don't know if you agree with me, but I just don't know why we get worked up by the actions of others, especially when it doesn't have like people. These people don't think about us, bro. I don't think they have us in mind, so I don't see why we should get pissed off by their attitudes, get worked up, talk loud. Like I don't see things that way, and yeah, I am okay with people disagreeing with that. But I don't. I look at athletes and I look at their work. I look at their struggle. These guys put in a lot, and you may know
Mm,
this, but when you put in effort and then you lose,
mm,
it's first of all you have to think about yourself. People have ways of handling defeats, and everybody has their way of handling their defeats. Some will put on a smile and they'll be hurting inside. Some will clearly show that yeah they are offended, and some know how to handle it. And I think society has put it there, put a standard where like everybody's supposed to follow that standard, but we are different. You understand? So I don't see why we should get worked up by the attitude of anyone. Sha'Carri is arrogant, Noah is arrogant, and blah blah blah. I just look at their work. They put in the work. Noah says he will do this. He puts in the effort. You look at his videos. You look at everything he has done. And like I feel like when someone like Noah talks, I'm now like shifting to Noah. When someone like Noah talks, people just are just listening to hear the what they call corny or what they call arrogant, what they call trash talking. Like people just pay attention to those kind of things. They just want to hear that. But when I listen to Noah, I heard him saying something that all his life he has been told you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And I remember out of that interview, the things that were being like projected was they say Noah was comparing himself to LeBron James. Meanwhile, the most important thing from what he said, it was not an interview, it was the press conference before the Olympic Games began. And he was like, all his life he has been told he can't do it. He was told he couldn't live past a certain age. I don't know how sure I am of that, but yeah, he was like asthma. He has to fight this. Now he's like with asthma, you can't run. Then he starts running. You can't run fast enough because of asthma. You'll not be able to run for long. He does it. You can't win this. He does it. You can't do this. He does it. All his life, and it's like now it's normal with him, and it's to a point where he has realized that no matter what he does, people will have something to say. And I think that's where we should get something from. We should rather see this and say to ourselves that, bro, in life, whatever you do, people will have something to say. If Noah pulled out of that 200-meter race because he was having COVID, people will say he ducked and he was scared of Tebogo or whoever it was. And if Noah showed up and mid race, he saw that no, bruh, my lungs are killing me. I won't be able to run. Those things another Michael Johnson. They are still comparing him to Michael Johnson. Like, if you have been in a position of spotlight before, you know that people are going to say whatever they want to say anytime they want to say it. And they say freedom of speech, and people go online and say whatever they want to say. And I understood, I'm trying to link it to what's happening right now. I'm sure people
Okay,
have
hold on
showed up
just a
and
second, because remember I told you I was using the free version of this one because I was like, I don't know if people are going to show up, so it's going to have 1 minute left. And if I have to, I'll just drop another link, just letting you know it's going to cut you off in 1 minute, literally. But go ahead.
all right. So let me try and finish with it. So yeah, I know people go on social media, and I understand why you thought I was just a troll coming here to just come and talk and hide myself or something like that. But I did that for like security reasons and like personal reasons. But people go on social media, hide behind parody accounts or whatever accounts and say whatever they want to say. They say things that Noah says, say rude things, say meaner things, and they've been saying mean things to him all this time. And he takes it in. He also has an interview, and you expect him to act professional. Yes, everybody expects him to act professional, but he chooses how he does whatever he wants to do, and he does it. With Sha'Carri, like, it's similar. I I didn't. I'm not a fan of Sha'Carri. I won't say I'm a fan of Sha'Carri, but she's winning, and when she wins, we hail her. When she doesn't win, I personally don't let those things affect me. Thank you. I don't think anybody should allow him to.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna start a new meeting. So if you wanted to finish in the last few words that you had, go ahead. Let me go ahead and start this new meeting. Let me send the invite link. Let me put it in the chat. So I found the article that said that they were in doping control. So Kareem, you're gonna have to walk that one back. You're gonna have to walk that back. There's the Zoom link right there. That's the new Zoom link. Let me see. I'm gonna put it on the screen real quick. That's the new Zoom link. Let me replace that one with this one. As I said, I would pay for it, but I'm not about to pay $15 if I don't have this regular. I'm like, they give you 40 minutes, so that's okay. I used to do Zooms all the time with people, and it justified paying about, at the time, $10. Now it's up to $15. We got somebody named Zoe here. Okay. Let me get a second. I'm going to unmute you. There you go, Zoe.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I am doing all right. Where are you calling in from?
Calling in from Turin, Italy.
Turin, Italy?
Yes, sir.
All right. You must be on an international trip because you sound like you from over here.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well,
I went to the Olympics and seen what's that, the 154. I went and seen boxing. I couldn't get a ticket for the track and field. I wanted to see Sha'Carri run, but I couldn't. I didn't get a ticket. But yeah, I just wanted to call in. I think I watch a show all the time when I can catch it. I wanted to speak on because I put in the comments that I noticed it was a young lady who did a video in Jamaica, and she made some comments about, Jamaican people, we more identify with Alex and Felix. I thought that she was Jamaican, but we just don't like Sha'Carri. And my thing is, like I said before, Sha'Carri and now Noah. I'm personally a person that I think sports needs villains. I think that sports needs controversy. I think that track, it needs controversy. I think that, these people that have personality, they bring in the views, they bring in the clicks, and it brings in the fans.
Yeah.
A lot of times, a lot of people, and shout out to Allison Felix, a lot of the conservatives you had way more conservative people in track and field, being track and field is a conservative sport, than people that have stood out. But I think that you need these type of personalities in the sport. I only really started following track and field heavily in 2012, but you need these type of personalities. Sha'Carri, she has definitely done a lot more for the sport. I think Noah Lyles with his comments against the NBA in regards to it not being an actual world championship, and some of his antics, I think that, like I said, it's great for the sport. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's great for the sport, and it's great for actual clicks. I was actually trying to come over here and see Sha'Carri run. It hasn't been a lot of people that have actually drawn me to the sport, like them. So
look, I can agree with you on that because I started this channel and I'm telling you it's either on my second or between the second and fourth video. I literally said it on those video recordings there. I do not like track and field. It's boring. And I'm saying it again here. It has been boring until just recently. Until just recently. All through Bolt era, boring. All through that, like Justin Gatlin, he was exciting. Tyson Gay, he was a little bit more reserved, so he wasn't as exciting. But like him running on the track, you definitely could see his presence on the track. So that was exciting. Usain Bolt, I didn't care for him too much, but the dude was a winner, and I like winners. And I'm like, you know what? This dude coming out here, he tearing them up. It ain't no competition, whatever. But then I'm like, okay, but what a lot of the announcers were doing, particularly the British ones, I mean, they were instructed to do it, of course. But they were trying to destroy the actual rivalry that it was a Justin Gatlin versus Usain Bolt when Tyson Gay basically got injured and everything. You know what they did? They kept was like drug cheat, drug cheat, drug cheat, drug cheat. Notice they didn't bring it up not one more time after Usain Bolt retired. They just ended it. So instead of having a legitimate rivalry with here's a fast guy versus another fast guy, they said drug cheat, so he became a villain, but such a negative that it was like, you're so disgusting. And they came after his family. Like actual people, Justin Gatlin said it, they were coming after his family. It's like, dude, what? That's how people get. So instead of actually promoting a positive, more, okay, this dude's ego versus the next one, they did, this guy's a drug cheat, look at this demon devil type of thing, versus the perfect, flawless Usain Bolt. That's how that narrative was. That doesn't really work. Not with track. Because as soon as one or the other is gone, now you look stupid. They look completely dumb when they started to try to come behind Justin Gatlin. That's why a lot of people left. People saw that. People aren't dumb. They heard that. They listened to those meets just like I noticed. As soon as Usain Bolt gone, how the heck is this guy now? Oh, look, he's magnificent. He's been here since 2004. It's like, what? Dude, what? Like, that was weird. That was one of the weirdest things. But this is what happens when you don't have a sport here. I'm going to try to bring it up on the screen. And then I'm going to get back to you and let you finish. But first, I found the post. It says here from Essentially Sports. It says, and this is Melissa Jefferson on her Twitter. I'm going to go straight to her Twitter, so it's not just there. She said, unfortunately, I was unaware about the press conference until I was in doping control. Once I made my way to doping control, they made me wait an hour to test. A press conference was mentioned, but it was too late. Once I entered doping control, I couldn't leave. And there weren't enough female DCOs available for everyone who was there. So right there, we already got the proof that that was accurate, what people were saying. So Kareem, you might have to walk that back, what you said about Sha'Carri. Now, this one only goes for Melissa Jefferson. Doesn't say anything about Sha'Carri. So I'm gonna give her the I'm gonna give her that at least until somebody can bring up that Sha'Carri was also there. It only accounts for Melissa Jefferson. That's it. I can't include both of them because then that will be a lie. I only see her. But I'm gonna say this: at least Melissa Jefferson, she didn't show up because of this. It might also be the case there. And here's the last thing, and then, brother, I'm going to let you finish. So this is what happens. I don't know if you could see the screen, but this is what I posted up the other day. You got revenue, 54.2 million US dollars for World Athletics. Expenditure, 70.6 million. That's what happens when you're not having personalities, or when you do have a personality, because they have excess money now that they can go into the red for some of the years. And then the other years, they could take a profit, and then they can go into the red, and they have to use their money strategically. But this is what happens when you do. Because if you don't have people there, people like yourself or me, this YouTube channel was created because I wanted to say track and field should be like a boxing match. It should be this personality versus that one. It should be this big name versus that big name. But track and field is hard to do that. And let me know if you agree or disagree with this, because there's one, so many meets. Two, they're not required to show up to the meets until the championships. So any meet leading up to that, they pull out, and then they randomly, you expected Sha'Carri to show up to the Bermuda, and then she didn't show up. You expected Sydney McLaughlin to show up somewhere, and then she didn't show up. And it's like, you got a ticket for that, and then now you're left with watching everybody else. How do you feel about that one?
Well, and matter of fact, you just brought up an excellent point, because it's another gentleman. I'm not gonna really, say his name on your show, but he talked about that. How, at the end of the day, the stars are carrying these meets. So when you have people that, okay, this you're the headliner, you're the main event for this meet to come run this race, and you pull out, like I said, you're hurting the sport. So I agree with that, 100%. Like I said, these names they're carrying the meets, and it needs to be a whole. It needs to be, because like even this season, really did. And I guess maybe because it was an Olympic year, but you really didn't know, um, what was even going on with a lot of races. It was just like, okay, you had the indoor, and then it was just Olympics. So it's like, well, dang, because I actually went on the actual website to check out times. I went, let me check out some times and see who did what this year and see what's going on, because it's just like indoor, and then, okay, bam, Olympics. So
Yep.
you had it. So I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and Sha'Carri right now brought it up on the screen. She's number 5 all time right now, tied, triple tied for number 5 all time for the fastest woman in the 100-meter dash. So it's gonna be kind of hard and say, oh, she's not legit very quick. So that's one argument people can't have with her. But these big names, they need to have something. I guess we're gonna see with the track Grand Slam or Grand Slam track how that happens. But it's a lot of people saying it's funny. You're showing up, and we had Kareem show up, though, and then Steve, he showed up. I forget Pronesis, but there's only been one person to disagree or to have something real negative to say on him, and she came in and she stood on it. And we had, I don't know how many people in this comment section that have been going hard on them, and they said they would show up. They even agreed they would show up, and they haven't come here. So I handed to Kareem for coming in on this one, because hey, she could have got her ass roasted hard or said something to her, but there you go. But these big names, they draw the crowds. Literally everybody eats on their back. And Kareem, I'm gonna say this to you, and you probably agree with this though. Julian Alfred, it don't matter that Julian Alfred is quiet. It don't matter if she was noisy. She's coming from a nation with 70,000 people. These companies don't give a goddamn F about that. Their market's too small. How are they gonna, even though she's an Olympic champion, the money she's gonna be able to get and draw in is gonna be small. Because she comes from a nation. And this is the problem with track and field now. It's not like the NBA. And the reason why it's also boring is because everything is tied to the nation versus tied to a team. You don't have a team in track and field. Only at NCAA. And I'm telling you, NCAA, now that one is exciting to me. That's exciting. When I say track and field is boring, I mean it at the professional level. Until more recently. And I made it fun for myself in 2021. Like, this YouTube channel was created for somebody like myself that was like, yeah, this stuff is kind of whatever. So I came up with that purpose to start this channel, because damn. And that's why people didn't even know that the Diamond League was happening in 2021. After the World Champ or after the Olympics, it was people telling me I didn't even know track and field kept going. That's how bad that they do their marketing. That's how bad it is. Like you said, it's indoor season, and then it was basically Olympics. That's how bad it was this season. There was all like, I could skip covering most of this season until basically just before the championships, just like what I did this season, and I'm still okay. It shouldn't even be like that. It should be, damn, Nick didn't cover the most of this season, and his viewership or whatever is affected heavily. It didn't affect me, not whatsoever. That's just how bad this organization of everything is. If you only care, and that's how all sports are really, the championships are going to get the biggest views. But if you don't have anything else going during the regular season to get people to watch it, nobody can eat. Nobody can eat. You can't even have sports betting. Imagine that. You can't have sports betting with people, because somebody might not show up and you instantly lost $10,000 just off of that. They didn't show up to
Right.
the meet. You just lost the bet.
And that sports betting is major. That sports betting is big in sports. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's,
Yeah, because you can't guarantee that these athletes gonna show up. Imagine it. So that means the sports betting odds and numbers, they do it in Europe a lot more, but it's harder to have real investors or somebody. Why would anybody want to promote track and field when this athlete could just pull out? Like they just won't show up because they're quote not ready in their training. Okay, how many NBA players are not ready? Derrick Rose in Chicago, being for instance, he had to keep coming out and he's injured. So that's the way I look at it.
no, no. I mean, that's what I agree 100%. That's why I said that. You know, in regards to the Sha'Carri thing, that's why I started off with that. With Sha'Carri, at the end of the day, like I said, you know, Caribbeans they just don't like it. That's good. That's still good for the sport. Even with Noah Lyles, people not liking him and stuff like that. It's still good for the sport. You know, because like I said, even with you brought up boat, but how I know this boat is okay. I'm seeing a man run this fast time and beating his chest 30 meters before the race ends. You know, running through the race with his hands down. So I'm like, well, dang, who is this dude throwing up lightning bolts? So it's like you know, you need like what was the one guy? I remember him from back in the day too. He was like the man.
Are you talking about
Maurice
Maurice
Green.
Green?
Yeah, Maurice
Yeah. When
Green, man.
you said he the man, I'm like Maurice Green got to be it.
Yeah, you know, he was the man. He had the gold. No, that was Michael Johnson.
Yeah, that
But
was
no,
Michael
he had.
Johnson.
But I'm saying, remember he did the fire extinguisher.
Oh man,
Steve was too. I mean, you know, like he just, you know, you bring stuff that catches the crowd. That's why I said like you need the villains, you need the names, you need people doing. Like I seen Tobogo, he said some stuff, but it's like, man, at the end of the day, bro, you just a boring guy from Botswana. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, he won. You know, he real good. I give it to him, but you're boring. You know you're boring, and you're not. That doesn't bring in the fans. That doesn't have people look at your Instagram or click on a view on a YouTube or talk about you on the Sports Center and these different type of things.
I'm
No one's
about to
going to
say
get the
something that's
shine.
about to offend some people real quick, and this wouldn't be the hater debate without it. So if somebody gets offended from it, come in and join this conversation real quick. Look, he ain't got no swag at all. And that's what you're talking about. Is a boring guy from Botswana. He got a little bit of personality because he showboats during his races. He tried the trash talk. It didn't work for him. He tried it. Now he's won, and I bet you his ego goes over the freaking moon. That's what I believe. He got a win in the 200. Finally got some wins that he got there because at the World Youth Championships, this dude over here beating his chest in the middle of the races. He's trying to do his boat thing. He's talking to people. And then when he got to the pro level, he did try to do that, just like what he did when he looked at Lyles and he was talking. Like people look at that slow motion at the end of that 200-meter semi. He's over there. He looks him straight over there. Same thing that Oblique Seville did. Both of them did the same thing. They looked over at Lyles. They said some words. I don't know what they said, but they said some words to him. Did a little nod. But Sha'Carri, the funny thing is, they don't got so much. Their swag is so bad that nobody talked about them when they did that. Now, I noticed it and some other people did it. But when Sha'Carri looked to the right in the 4x1, that was plastered all over the place. And that's the difference. People don't care about those two. People don't care about Oblique Seville. He ain't got no swag with him. They don't care about Leslie Tobogo. He ain't got no swag. But Sha'Carri, she's already got the crowd. So all she got to do is cough, sneeze, look a certain way, and people got speculations up, down, left, and right. No speculation over Tobogo. This dude looked straight at Noah Lyles, said some words to him. You saw his mouth moving. He like did his head. He could have said F you, dude, and did that. Who knows? But nobody cared. Because he ain't got no swag. So he could do some trash talking. Trust me. I bet he starts to do some trash talking. But his swag is off. That's why nobody cared. Even other people, I hate to say it and do it to them, but in the Caribbean and in Africa, they're not going to care if Tobogo starts trash talking and doing that. They will care if he does it against the Americans because it's a thing against America. But they won't care that he does it normally. How much you want to bet? Because half of a lot of Jamaicans didn't even like when Usain Bolt was doing it. They had to warm up to him. And anybody that's from Jamaica, if you being honest, You will tell the truth. I saw it. I lived through him all the way from 2008 all the way until he was there. Those first 4 years or so, people were like, "What is this dude doing? How come he's not humble or something?" Like Asafa Powell or whoever else. Asafa Powell did his antics or whatever, but he wasn't talking. Usain Bolt talked. He showboated a lot more, and he spoke.
Oh yeah, I agree. They was coming at what was the one? Watson, Antonio, was it Antonio Watson, the one that
Oh yeah,
he did the revolvers at the not champs. Who was that? I think that might have been champs. I think he did the revolvers, and they were saying some stuff about him and stuff like that. And, or then they got down on Winston. But like I said, man, like I really, it's black folks that don't like Sha'Carri either, but I'd be kind of like, man, I don't want her to tone down too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of keep your brand the way it is. You know, I mean, like, I don't want her cussing at press conferences and stuff, but I still kind of want that raw Sha'Carri because, like I said, that the track needs it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, if you're not, because like I said, with to me with the Jamaican fans, I don't know, they got their own, like you said, their own separate culture when it comes to who they pick. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of, even though like I say, don't get me wrong, Shelly Ann was a beast, but I always thought that what was her name? She should have got more play. Veronica Campbell Brown.
yeah.
I always thought that they never really gave her the play that she should have got. But like I said before,
That's because she's
at the end
from
of
the
the day,
Caribbean. Like, think about it. That's from a small nation, so you can't expect American companies unless she is living and representing the U.S. That's the problem with track and field. If this were, for example, cricket, and you had the teams, you got West Indies for the Caribbean and all of that stuff. If you had soccer, NBA, whatever, if you had an equivalent to that, let's call it the NTA, National Track Association, okay? Even though I think they already got that because I was looking at registering things, but so if you had something like that and you had towns all over the place, even in the U.S., and you had like one or two, and you had one in Jamaica, one in Canada, and then the rest in the United States, then there would be a market to push Veronica Campbell Brown. Then there would be a market more to push Shelly Ann Fraser Price. But what products are you selling that people are going to buy if this person is representing Team Jamaica? For real, other than t-shirts that say Jamaica on it and a couple other things that they might wear. That's the problem with track and field. That's the problem right now without it being a league. Diamond League is too international too. That's why they had to lower the money from $50,000 prize down to $30,000, and it's gonna go even lower. Same thing with the marathons, the marathon majors. They had to lower their prize money down. It's too damn international, and that is the only way that track and field survives is off of these personalities, like you said. But Veronica Campbell Brown cannot be pushed because what's the benefit for the companies to do it? That's the anybody that has a problem with any of these people being pushed or whatever, especially from other nations. Here's the answer right there. You are not in a major market. You're not in a major market. That's the long short of it. Tobago, he could start destroying stuff. Usain Bolt was the exception. And Zoe, do you remember this? Because you said you came in 2012, so I don't know if you noticed, but maybe you heard it from what I said here. Puma was gonna drop Usain Bolt in 2012. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that at all.
Okay, so I went through the numbers, and Usain Bolt, from what I saw, it did not look like it affected Puma's sales whatsoever from before or after. I looked at their numbers, I broke it down, and they didn't break down by section. I could see what their soccer cleats would sell. I looked at all of the revenue numbers, and it didn't even look like a blip. If it was it like $1 million or something dollar? I don't know. I don't know what it did for Puma. But what I could tell you from the outside looking in at their revenue reports every year after year, I didn't see any effect from them having it. So I can see why they would drop them, because it's like, what is he doing for us and our bottom line? So they were thinking about dropping him. And this is after he set the world record twice. This is after he hadn't been defeated other than when he false started in 2011. So he got already the previous Olympics. He had got the world championships twice. Yeah, 2009 and 2011, except for the 100. And then he was coming in as the favorite in 2012, and they said, yeah, the CEO was going to drop him. And that's because he was from Jamaica. Simple as that. And his numbers weren't affecting because he's from Jamaica. For as much as people will come out and buy the tickets for Usain Bolt to show up at the track meets, what is that going to do for Puma's shoe sales? That's why Noah Lyles wants a sneaker, not a track spike. Even Maurice Green, he had a track spike. But that's very niche.
Yeah, I mean, do you think really? I mean, I don't know, because it's like, could any track star push a shoe though? I mean, that's like a Puma.
Of course. Oh yeah. Track people can. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Okay, they changed up their website, but I'll just tell it to you because I did do it on a previous video. A lot of people don't see my business videos. I am here. I'm very business oriented and everything. I'm a creative, but I am business oriented, and I've always done business. From when I was like 4 or 5, I said I want to be a trillionaire. I didn't even understand what trillionaire meant. I just knew nobody else was, and I told my mom. I was like, I want to be a trillionaire. My little goofy ass. But anyway, so my thing is that if you look at how much money is out there is 180 billion US dollars worth of revenue. Obviously, profit could be probably like 40 or 50% lower than that. But there's 180 billion dollars worth of revenue that's at stake. So you saying if they could push a sneaker, track and field is the most internationally recognized sport behind soccer. It's like track and field and soccer. So if there is a sneaker that's made and somebody's big enough, trust and believe that should sell. But they got to do the I want to be like Mike thing. And that's kind of where Noah Lyles is pushing himself toward. So when he said he wanted to have a sneaker, I was like, I was just waiting for him to say it publicly. That's all. It wasn't even a surprise to me. If you wanted to unmute yourself, I don't even know if you got the ability, so I'm going to press that just in case.
Yeah, it unmutes.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening to you.
But yeah, so that was it. That's the point I got there. Anybody else, if y'all got a disagreement, we trying to have a hate debate. Right now, we just having more people agreeing. So it looks like the cowards didn't show up. The people that said they were going to call in, y'all some punks. Like, the cowards did not show up. Y'all had all this to say this past week. Well, as soon as Noah Lyles won, I bet he won't win the next Olympics. Like, dude, the race just finished 15 minutes ago. Literally. That was some of the comments in the first 15 minutes. I bet he won't win the next Olympics. You got hurt that bad that you got to think 4 years in the future. You didn't even let the dust settle from this one yet. Okay, Sam Goyle, get your ass right here. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see. I may have misread that. You said, I just don't like that hood rat ratchet look they are trying to push with Angel Reese, Sha'Carri, and Laisha Johnson as a black woman. I hate that representation. Sam Gale, call in. Actually, I want to hear this. Sam Gale, call in. That's a very interesting statement you just said there. I would like to hear from you.
A little bit to that though.
You said what? Go ahead.
No, but see, this is my thing with that logic. At the end of the day, you had, I mean, even if you say okay about Sha'Carri and about a lot of the young women runners in their 20s, at the end of the day, the overwhelming majority of female track stars have always been conservative. From Allison Felix, what was the other one? She won. I think she won the 100-meter before. I think she might have won.
You mean Lauren Williams?
Who?
Are you talking about Lauren Williams?
Yeah, Lauren. Short. She was short, kind of quiet. I think it was Williams, Lauren Williams. She won maybe like either late 90s, early 2000s. She has a couple training videos on YouTube. And she was quiet, conservative.
Um,
I mean,
dang.
all of
Now I'm starting to go blank. I got her image in my head, but Lauren Williams was around that time, but she was more like 2004, 2008.
something like that, like something like that. Like she always wore braids to the back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, her. Yeah, Lauren Williams. What was the one? She was short, real thick. I think
That's
she ended up
uh,
having a child.
huh.
I
Are you
can't think of
talking
her
about
name.
Gail Devers? Yeah, that might be right. Are you talking
Well,
about Gail Devers?
Gail Devers back from like the
Oh
early
no, that's
'90s.
way wait no. Gail Devers is way older than that. Yeah, that you talk about
Yeah,
late '90s. You said no. Gail
yeah. I'm
Devers
talking
is
about
much
like
older.
all the people from the late '90s. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, at the end of the day, if you look at track female athletes, they've always been the overwhelming majority have always been conservative from that track world. But my thing is that them people haven't got the support. You know, Allison Felix really didn't get the support. Like she's not really somebody that's known. Like, oh, okay, you know, Allison Felix really didn't get. I mean, she got it. You know, after because after she had the one little commercial, she had a couple commercials, but for the most part, Allison Felix never got support like that. You know, Allison Felix never was like, oh, you know, like the type of name that Sha'Carri got. So my thing is like when people say that at the end of the day, man, that I guess you're saying rock stars or that type of image, that's what pulls the fans. You know what I mean? That's what pulls the fans. At the end of the day, if you want another type of view or another persona, then put your promotion behind the people that represented that. If you're not putting your promotion around that person, then you're gonna get the product that you get. You know what I mean? So it's like I hate that when people try to sell that, but them at the end of the day, that's what draws the fans, man. That image, that attitude, and having a name and putting yourself out there and promoting the brand is what you know. Even in boxing, what's the young lady? You know, she done trying to turn herself into that Clarissa Shields.
Oh yeah,
You know, she done
Shields,
took
man,
on
Shields be getting my attention. I was like, man, she just like I'm a knock out whoever. I remember seeing it on the Facebook. That's how I ran into her. Just a random Facebook post, and she was challenging anybody. She was just like, hey, who want to come up here? I was like, dang, what? She just challenging anybody off the street. She said, I'll challenge you to an actual match. I'm like, what the? So she,
I mean, that's what I'm saying because see, this is the thing about it is that okay, when Clarissa came out, you know, she wasn't wearing the 20-inch weave. She wasn't.
I guess she had her hair more straight. Is that what you saying? No, we might have lost you. Uh oh. Make sure my internet working. Okay, yeah, I'm still here. Uh oh, we lost Zoe. In the meantime, while he's trying to get his audio together, uh, Sam Gale, come on, where you at? Rabbit, you gonna have to wait. I forgot. I gotta get her some more hay or some grass. You said new link. Uh, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. I think he lagged out. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. But here you go. Oh, the time isn't finished. We still got 7 minutes plus. But yeah, as far as that look, come on. Sam Gale. You are required to call in. I'll get you 2 minutes. That's not a request. You just said, quote, I just don't, Sam Gale said, I just don't like that hood ratchet look they are trying to push with Angel Reese, Sha'Carri, and Alicia Johnson. As a black woman, I hate that representation. So Sam, go ahead and call in. You said as a black woman, you hate that they are pushing that look. All right, let's go ahead, call in. It's a hate and debate program. We got the link right there, and we're waiting for you. If not, then I think we got everybody that is going to do it, but we're waiting for Sam Gale. You got 2 minutes to call in. And then if not, then we're just going to end it here. No, it wasn't removed. You got to put, probably because Sam typed in all caps, you got to put live chat to, or top chat to all chat or something like that. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. But anyway, in the meantime, while we're waiting for Sam to get her act together and to call in, or she could take a vacation, that's fine. As far as, you know, people getting the shine or whatever, everybody's not going to be able to have a chance. That's just going to be the facts of the matter. And some quiet people, everybody don't got to be noisy. That's true. But some quiet people can get, you know, some shine, but you're just not going to have it all the time. That's just not how things work. You need to get the average person. For all the track nerds that show up to these things, the track nerds that come out, you're not going to, track and field cannot feed itself. It's very clear right now. It's known as a poor man's sport, and I just don't understand why many people in Jamaica don't understand that. If Jamaica is basically a track and field, soccer and cricket nation, then you would think that you would want more exposure to the athletes. And right now that exposure is just really coming from the United States. And maybe that just kills some people that is coming from the US and is not coming from Jamaica. And you just don't understand that just because you run fast doesn't mean people will pay attention to you. Or you say, we should get this because I run quick. Okay, United States also runs quick and they got swag. United States also runs quick and they got some personality. United States also runs quick and they wear the heart on the sleeve. So when you have people such as that, it becomes an easy choice. It becomes a very easy choice. And don't get me wrong, Jamaica should be like Dubai. Right there. Jamaica should be like Dubai. Dubai, it was a created place, and they got billions and billions and billions and trillions coming through there. That's what Jamaica should be. Real talk. But here's the problem with what's going on, and somebody could correct me if they think I'm wrong, but people are seeing this internationally. And as much as people like to say they live in a bubble and whatnot, people are watching how people's behavior is, and they pay attention. Now, somebody brought up the other day randomly, just out of nowhere, talking about crime, Jamaica, whatever, and say that there's a high crime rate, but they only do the percentage, and they talk. And I was like, yeah, U.S. has more crime than Jamaica because it's a bigger population, right? But people are going to look, and they're going to see the market and say, hey, crime rate in Jamaica, because that's all that really matters. If it's a smaller population, but they 20, let's say it's a 50% crime rate, ain't nobody in their right mind will go somewhere if it's a 50%. That's not Jamaica, of course, but I'm just giving you an extreme. Nobody will go somewhere. They're not going to want to invest. If they see JAAA not being organized, for instance, why would somebody, a shoe company, why would somebody international come in and say, yeah, we want to invest in this, if it's not organized yourself, right? Oh, you said it's live in chat? Oh, yeah, it says top, on my side, it says top messages and all filters, even with my secondary account I just used to look at this. It allows me to see it. And I see Sam Gale just fine. So I don't know, maybe she blocked you. But yeah, they said those ladies are who they are and express themselves in more than one way. Black women are not a monolith. These ladies are young and having fun. All right, Sam Gale, you're just going to have to be banned off the channel. You may have already left, who knows, after you made that comment, but that's not going to be good enough. You're just going to be banned. So, they said, yeah, but she is a black woman, so her confidence is being looked down. Okay, now, about Angel Reese being ratchet and hood rat. What about her is ratchet and hood rat? That's not even our topic right now. What's ratchet or hood rat about that? What's ratchet or hood rat about all of them? That's what I wanted you to explain, so that we can all hear your 2 cents on this, so that we can hear it from you, because you said it in the chat. That's one thing. But when we hear you explain it, maybe you can convince us. Maybe you can convince us. Now, all right, I'm waiting for Sam Gale. Okay, we gave you enough time. So I guess that's probably going to conclude our conversation today. So let me end this right here, the Zoom meeting, and just do a short monologue before we get out. I guess the people that said they would show up to the hate and debate did not show up to the hate and debate. And for them, you're going to get your asses blocked off my freaking channel. All right? You're not going to be allowed to comment on this channel anymore. You knew what time, you said you would show up, and you didn't show up. You have absolutely no guts whatsoever. You are a gutless individual, all of you, that didn't show up, that said you would. There are a couple of you that I said you are required to call in, but you didn't come here. You don't deserve to be on the channel. We don't need you. I don't need you to come over. Mike, you being one of them, you said you would come up. You said you would show up. You said all of these things. You sound like a whiny troll. So I'm going to bring up your comment on the screen here so that all of us can take a look at this real quick, so that I can address those, because you had a lot of things to say. So since you have, and we're going to look at this so that we can settle this hate and debate right here. Now, there were some people that came here. Now, I said, let me congratulate Jamaica, so on and so forth. This post about let me congratulate Jamaica. Wait a minute. No, here it is. Where is the post? I said, this man went and through. I said, there you go. Great shot. I said, it's a gold led by Sha'Carri and everything like that. I said, while the Olympics is going on, there you go. Those things. Here it is. I said, Sydney just jogged the easiest looking 52.x 400 meter hurdle race ever. And I believe this is the one that this guy decided he wanted to have a conversation on. So we're going to look at what he just said here. We're going to look at the comment here. Oh, no, that isn't there. That was not the one. That was not the one. I got to find that conversation in just a second. Give me just a second, everybody. It was one where it was just very weird for him to just say whatever it was. It was just, okay, a very positive post. Here's Mike. I'm on Twitter now. Noah is trending on Africa Twitter, and Canada is now trolling Noah. Even the Canadian Prime Minister took a jab. I hope y'all are paying attention, because there's this narrative that Jamaicans are cocky or picking on Noah Sha'Carri based on their personalities. Whenever they lose, people of whatever country beat them will troll. Yeah, I mean, people are going to try to ride that. They got to put us down in order for them to feel good. It's just that Jamaica wins more. So look, it's just that Jamaica wins more in previous Olympics. So you are going to see the trolling more. But best believe that if Canada, Nigeria, Ghana, or whatever country won more, you would see trolling more often from them too. Now, here's a fact real quick that's here. Now, why is it, and I brought this up here, and somebody got to be able to say this. Mike, since you didn't show up, you were one of the people that said, so you're going to be banned off the channel. I said, of course that's the case. I literally said it's FBA versus everyone else, because in all walks of life, people gloat about trying to beat us. Literally, as the standard. It doesn't matter if it's white, Asian, whoever. All the same. Crazy, because in the past, and still somewhat now, we collectively uplift everyone else while still doing trash talk of love. It's like, yeah, it's competitive, so we going to say some words. But right after it's over, we over here shaking hands. Now, some of you guys, right after it's over, and you just say, oh, it's stolen, is this? Like, that's the difference in personalities. That ain't cool. Like, take your loss and eat it. Others really mean this. Now, Sha'Carri did take a bad loss before, and this Mike guy was just like, no, you shouldn't challenge Jamaicans. When they lose, they're going to trash talk you or whatever. And I was like, oh, so Sha'Carri was just operating as a Jamaican. Thank you for confirming that. So that's what he said. I said Muhammad Ali didn't want to war with Vietnam because they were dark like us and did the Rumble in the Jungle fight. I don't know why I corrected it. The autocorrect from my phone said right. As an honor to Africa, even though the fight that didn't help his career. Man, what the heck is up with my writing there? What all other groups do when they even get a taste of winning, including white people, but especially non-FBA black people, trash talk us and kick us while we're down. That right there is jealousy. And I'm going to stand on it. But I didn't have these other people that were saying all these comments like Mike all over all of my posts and everything. Talking about that. Did he delete his comment? Maybe it was this. Oh, now I remember. There was a post I said, now I remember what it was, where Mike went ham. I said Jamaica made the finals in the 4x1 for the women. I'm over here doing a positive post. Here it is. We made the final. This is a great post, great shot. Team USA made the final for both men and women's 4x100 meter relay. Team Great Britain made the men and women's 4x100 meter relay. Team Jam Jamaica made the final for the women's. Okay, the quest for gold is on, led by the USA with Noah Lyles and Sha'Carri Richardson at the helm. Okay, this is right after the 100, of course. I'm excited for the drama and action these relays bring. Absolutely nothing wrong with what I just said. Now, the fact that I just said maybe Noah Lyles and Team USA, the quest for gold is led by the United States. I mean, anybody that's with their eyes open can see that the overwhelming favorites were the U.S. I mean, anybody. Somebody said, look how much better she does when she's not tie-dyeing her hair, rainbows, and all of that stuff. Sha'Carri beat Julian Alfred by the same margin twice this year. Then I said, just calm down. Let her have her win. There you go. I said, calm down. Let Julian have her win. So maybe that wasn't the post. Give me a second while I look for this, guys. Let me put this back on the screen. Let me see some of your comments. People simply like to criticize these young women and can never do what they do, just something to critique, no justification. Give me just a second. I'm trying to bring this up here so I can find out where this Mike comment is. I might have to go down my comment section because this dude was going ham. Okay, Christina, you didn't come in, so you're going to get banned off the channel too. You had nothing but vitriol to say there. Okay, let me see. Oh, that might have been the post. Okay. Mike all over my comments saying, victim, victim, victim. Do you all not also have negative views of African, Caribbean countries, poor, walking barefoot, Chinese taking over, or something like that? Okay, I got to go through my comment section. I'm going and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. He made so many comments, it's hard to find out where it was. But we're going to find this in just a second. Because I wouldn't want to end this without covering this. In the meantime, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. If you're going through some hardships, know that it is only temporary. Okay, he said, I will call in and debate you. I'm challenging you. There we go. Well, now he can find himself in the band section. Let me see here. Just a moment. Yeah, Mike, your comments are gone. Oh, yeah, he deleted his comment. There you go, you freaking coward. Good thing I took some screenshots. Good thing I took some screenshots. He deleted his comment section, and I thought it was like that. Good thing I took screenshots of every single comment that was on here. Good thing I took a screenshot of every single comment. What a bitch. He couldn't even stand on his words. He came and trolled so hard. Let me bring up these screenshots on the screen. I might have to pull it from my phone. But Mike, you're a bitch. Just like trolls do. Of course they do that. I'm gonna have to find them on my phone. I'll probably do a separate post about that one because it's gonna take me a while. It was so many different screenshots that I took, and I took a screenshot of the entire comment section because I roasted his ass, and it was so bad. I told him, "Here's your binky bottle. You need to go ahead." I said, "Come on, bring it in. Here's your binky. Here's your baby bottle. Drink the milk, the warm milk, so your stomach can stop hurting. And let me tuck you in bed with the American flag around you and rock you to sleep and read you a bedtime story while you go to sleep and you dream about what if Shelly Ann made the finals, what if Kashane Thompson won, what if Jamaica actually had more medals this time, what if Jamaica was not, the JAAA wasn't messing up their own discus thrower and other athletes and wasn't being disorganized now, what if this Olympics wasn't really bad for Jamaica." And so you can wake up in 2028 and take another beating. That's what I said to this man. And of course he deleted it because it was so bad. It was so bad. I destroyed him so bad. So of course, he's like any coward that's going to come in the comment section. He made a whole bunch of fuss on a post that had nothing to do. I remembered the post too. Let me see. Let me bring this up. Let me see if you guys can see this. There it is right there. So here's the mic things. These comments are gone. You see that? Clicked it right there. Just letting, I'm giving you guys the evidence right here. I said, and this is a comment. I said, notice there have been no Olympics in Africa. This is not by accident, and so on and so forth. Right? I said it's not by accident. I'm trying to uplift and keep people's head in gear. And the first thing he says is, "You're talking negative about Africans." So this guy was trolling. So Mike, where you at? Now with trolls, I'm just going to delete y'all off the channel. I ain't got time for that. But I went through the trolls so other people could see it. But if you're going to troll and then delete your comments so other people can't see the good work that I was putting in on your ass and the actual common sense logic here, if you're just going to come and cry and whine on the channel, you can go and do that to your therapist because you need one. If you ain't got nothing going for yourself, then you go ahead and need one. So he decided that's what he wanted to do. Here's another one. A royal dude. He said, "Did you say non-FBA that 1500 win you mentioned was so FBA all your competitors riding the coattail of the masses house?" Okay, something like that. This is another guy saying, "Dope Nation America." So people can't get it. How much will it cost you? This is what he said. How much will it cost you for you to stop mentioning Jamaica? 2.7 million people have this many people. Look at his comment. It's deleted, not there. I said, this is a great post. Pose. Anything I say negative here, y'all can see it yourselves. I just want y'all to see that. Y'all know what post this was because I just posted this one up. This one right here. Nothing negative. But this man decided, hey, how come you keep Jamaica out of your mouth? Just completely inappropriate stuff. And yet, I'm supposed to listen to that guy that has no integrity? Mike, you got no integrity? All right? Oh, yeah, that's my cricket comments. You got no damn integrity, but you were all over my comment section. See, anybody could be a keyboard warrior, but it takes, I guess, some guts now just to get online where people don't know you and you're anonymous just to hear your voice. I guess that takes guts. But I don't know. Let me just guess. You're too broke to afford internet like that, a stream, so you can't do it. Mike, you said, "I will call in and debate you." Okay, cool. You said, "I'm challenging you to a debate." So this dude thought he was going to challenge me. Let me do real quick. Hide user from channel. You're blocked. There you go. You said, "Whoa, child, ghetto." Well, you could go into your ghetto right there. You're not ghetto, and go have fun. You've been blocked. You didn't have the guts to come in and call in. You have now been blocked. Thank you. Enjoy that. See, you were the reason why I decided to do a hate and debate, because you had so much hate and vitriol right there. But you couldn't even come in and back that up. You couldn't even stand on it with your own two. You couldn't even stand on it, right? You couldn't stand on your two legs with your chest out. You couldn't say it loud and proud. You couldn't even come in here and troll. You wouldn't even troll with your voice. You came in and said some random freaking comments. Just the most trolling stuff, to the point that my own people that have been following me, Tania, if that's how I pronounce your name, Tania, you was like, Nick has been, and she's Jamaican. She said Nick is fair. He criticizes everyone when they need to be criticized. That's what she said. And then he started coming at her, and I said, "You ain't fit to come at her like that." Oh no. You said, but didn't let me read the comment section here, because this dude, I had to ban him. He's the reason. He is the reason why I decided to do this hate and debate. And he didn't even show up. Typical. Bitch made behavior. Typical. But anyway, let me read these comments, and then I think we're going to finish it out here. As I said, let me see. You said, didn't Bolt have swag? People simply like to criticize. I read that already. Stay curious. Jamaicans are even complaining about the bronze in the 110 hurdles. LOL. Yeah, if Jamaicans complain to each other about the bronze, that's fine, because right now Jamaica has had the worst Olympics in a long time for Jamaica. The Team USA was complaining. I'm complaining about that 4x1. That coach needs to go. That coach is the consistent factor. This man has been the consistent factor since what? The early 2000s. All these fumbles and bumbles, he's been there. Get rid of him. I said told them to get rid of him in Rio. He shouldn't even be there in Rio. I said, once you had all those times, all these fumbles and bubbles. So you telling me from Tyson Gay all the way here to Fred Curley and Kenny Benerick, even though that was a really big mess up from Benerick. But you telling me that from then to now, all of these different athletes messing up, it's the athlete's fault? Anywhere else, you would blame the coach. If the NFL team ain't winning and it's consistent and it's different people showing up, it's the coach. You ain't coordinating your athletes right. You got to go. We didn't already try changing out athletes. We got first round draft picks. We got second round draft picks. We got all of these. Get your ass out the door. That's how it'll be. If you don't perform, go. But for some reason, Team USA, that's why I said we need to have teams. Because at this level, this is more political. Sebastian Coe, in that video that I showed you, he was talking about political. You didn't hear the whole thing, but if you listen to it, he talked about how certain countries and certain regimes could pressure if you found out that the athlete was about to be banned for drug use. Since they find out ahead of time, WADA would allow them to be found out, like, let's say that they knew they were about to be banned, for instance. Like Blessing Okabare. Now I found out why it was right before her 100. This had to do with Sebastian Coe. He said even he, as the president, would not find out until 6 hours before the athlete would be banned. But in the past, if you found out they would be banned, it could be 2-3 weeks. That's enough time for a whole ass government. Look at, Eastern Europe, for instance, the governments over there, to pressure and say, yeah, you ain't finna ban our athlete. I know that that's there, but let's hush, quiet this down. That's what Sebastian Coe was alluding to put the pressure on World Athletics, previously IAAF, because he was like, it's all political. He exposed that the other day. So that's where we're at with this. So now it's no favoritism. But getting back on topic here, if somebody's hating within their own group, that's good. Jamaica needs to go back to the drawing board, go look at JAAA and say, you're disorganized, you need to do this, you need to do that. Matter of fact, when one of our athletes criticized JAAA, they decided to come on him. They tried to sue him for slandering them because because he talked about them. Now I'm gonna leave that to them. This is not a Jamaica channel, so I'm gonna leave that to you guys. I'm not gonna be the voice. I'm gonna talk about USATF more because that's where I am represented. I'm gonna let Jamaica handle their own problems. That's Jamaica's problems, not my problem. But as far as USA, yeah, that coach got to go. You said it was different coaches. Nah, it looked like the same coach between at least 3 different Olympics. If I'm wrong about 2004, don't matter. That coach been there for too many of those championships. No, no, no. If you there for I'm talking about the head relays coach. Not any of the assistants. The head relays coach has been the same one. I remember looking at Rio. I remember looking at London. That is now Rio, London, London. That's 2012, 2016, 2021. Now here in, and that means between the World Championships too. So you got all the way from there to here. Let's just say 2008 wasn't him, or in 2004 wasn't him. Okay, you got 2012 to now. Get your ass out the door. Like, you got to go. That's the same relays coach. So that's what I'm saying. But anyway, that's been the hate and debate. I guess it was just one person calling in with just a, I wouldn't call that hate. That's not hating. I call that as a debate. So she voiced her opinion about, Sha'Carri, and like I said, I disagreed with that. And we got at least Melissa Jefferson was there at doping control and testing, and she didn't know. So we don't know about Sha'Carri until she says something on it. So I would say let's at least give her a second to say something on it. So there you go. Now, very interesting that Letsele Tebogo took his chance to jab at Noah Lyles when he got a win. But nobody else busy taking a jab at nobody else. Like, the question wasn't regarding him. It didn't even bring up Noah Lyles. They didn't bring up Noah Lyles. This is how much the hate is there. Right? Tebogo had to bring up Noah Lyles for a question of, are you going to be the face of track and field? So he just admitted Noah Lyles is the face of track and field. No, I can't be the face of track and field because I'm not a loudmouth and I'm not arrogant. Oh, okay, cool. I guess stay where you at then. That's fine. If you like to be second fiddle, third fiddle, 5th string, 6th string, go ahead. Like if you want to be in the background, cool. But that was good that he did do that because we need personalities to go bounce back and forth. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, who cares about you? That's what they're going to do. They're going to say, who cares about you? That's what they're going to say. They're going to say that Tebogo is, until he proves himself, just like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt had to prove himself because he was from Jamaica. So Tebogo is going to have to prove himself because he's from Botswana. Yes, he ran the second fastest relay split since Michael Johnson. He ran a 43.03. Okay? And Michael Johnson was 42.94. That's the second fastest in history behind Michael Johnson. So maybe he got himself a good history. He's still young enough to do even faster than that and everything. Maybe he does the open 400. We'll see. Don't know. Maybe he'll start doing the 4 and the 2 eventually at some point, later on when he starts to, slow up. But as it is now, he's the challenger to a Noah Lyles. He's a challenger. Thank you guys for coming out today. I want to appreciate you guys for coming out. Unfortunately, there wasn't much of a debate here, or hater debate. Maybe I should do a hater debate on me, right? Maybe I should do a hate and debate on me. Because there are some people that say they disagree with me. So, hey, that might be more interesting than the athletes. Because apparently that's a lot of cowards that were here. And I showed you already one of them on screen. And he deleted his comment. You said you saw plenty of baby bottles from me. Yeah, I know. I had to dish them out. They were whining and complaining. Said they're complaining they should have gotten silver in the 110 hurdle, same as the 100 final. Oh yeah, because that tie for silver. Now I remember. I knew that was gonna happen. I said that the other day. That tie for silver and that it came down to the 1000s. See, this is where I couldn't have no like they're saying, oh, we're all the same, we're all black and whatever. Even Kareem, I had to disagree with that. I just didn't want to go there because that wasn't germane to the conversation. Don't think I didn't realize that. That's why I made that comment earlier about, okay, Jamaica and New York. I wanted to make a very big thing because Jamaican women, y'all kind of rough too. Don't think y'all ain't gonna do no body shots on people. Jamaican women look good, but they ain't for the weak-hearted. Now, but people are different. So if we could recognize the difference in, Jamaican women like that, that means we are not the same. Like, we are not the same people. So therefore, you don't see Americans by and large doing that. You don't see Americans doing by and large complaining about things like that, how rules should be changed. We be complaining about things where it's clear the person cheated, clear that they're trying to change the rules so that they can win, clear that they're really just doing something, not something that you and I can see with our eyes. You got the picture yourself, the finish line photo. You could put a line up to their torsos to where they're measured and see a clear winner. It is so clear that Kashane lost. It is so clear that what's her name got third. It is very clear. It's not even a question. It's not a question when you look at it. But then you're gonna have people that are saying, hey, I'm with my people and my nation before you when it comes here. I can't align myself with that. No, because I'm gonna be fair, as you guys know, on both sides. We might disagree with a couple of things, but I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah. That's why I say I'm gonna keep the same energy now. When I see something that's clearly like that, I'm just gonna fight the same way that you guys fight. I'm gonna fight the same way. You said Hunter Jules a while ago. You said they should be happy they got bronze. I want Shelly to speak about why she pulled up. She always speaks out, or if they silence her. Actually, I think she did say something the other day. Maybe somebody had some video on that. Let me look that up real quick. Let me see that real quick, just in case before we go. Okay, here it is. It was 5 days ago. She speaks out after the shock of the Olympics. This is the New York Post that did this. So I'm going to put this on the screen. We're going to see it right here live. It says, this is on August 5th. Decorated Jamaican sprinter Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price is speaking out after her pursuit of another Olympic medal was derailed at the 2024 Paris Games following a curious series of events. Fraser-Price, an 8-time Olympic medalist, missed Saturday's 100-meter semifinal at the Stade de France due to injury, according to Jamaica Chief de Mission Ian Kelly. After she was blocked entry from a track earlier that day, Team Jamaica posted on X. In clips on social media, the 37-year-old Olympian who is participating in her 5th games is said to have told officials, they've changed the rules. We came through the gate before, but now they're saying the athletes who left can't use this gate. So that's information we already knew. Oh, she's looking real dark right here. She didn't got tan. You know she was training in the sun. There is no truth that she was not. Oh, there is no truth that she was not allowed to enter the stadium, Kelly said in a statement to Reuters. Unfortunately, she was not able to compete due to an injury sustained during her final warm-up. Now, if we were to believe, So we got Shelly-Ann saying that they changed the rules. At least that's what the reporters are saying, like the officials said. But we got an actual, like, Team Jamaica and Ian Kelly here. that said that is actually untrue. She just couldn't do it because of the injury. Now, what I tell y'all the other day, if this is true and to be believed, it's already been posted up and this has not been corrected from what I saw. I was searching this while reading you guys' comments, and that means was Shelly Ann lying? And did she actually just kind of dip out and, did get an injury through the warm up and it was there, or maybe there was some miscommunication or something? Because that's what Team Jamaica said. Nah, there was not an issue with her being let in. She just got injured. You said there was a footage video before the semifinals. Now they're saying something else. See, now, there you go. See, all this little back and forth about this, that, and now they're saying this. That just makes me not want to trust the whole damn thing. Like, you saying all these random things? It's like, man. So, you got one person saying she's injured. Somebody else saying it 5 hours ago. Okay, this is the Olympics.com here. Press release. Okay, let me see. 5 hours ago. Let me go here. It says 3 hours ago. I got to scroll down because once I clicked on that website, now I got to find it. 4 hours ago. I'm still scrolling. Let me show y'all what I'm scrolling through. Okay. Because it said 5 hours ago on there. According to the... Oh, yeah. Man, the world record was close in the men and the women's. Damn, they keep getting close. USA come close to world record to win women's 4x4 relay gold, of course. Man. Now that makes you think. Good thing they had Shamir Little up on there, right? Why didn't it say the USA men was close to the gold? They literally were within, what, 0.2 of a second? That's within 0.2 of a second. That's close to the record. 254.43. It's a 254.2, ain't it? I don't know why they didn't use the headline like that. Nope, I don't see it. So maybe that was just some clickbait stuff or some other things. Because it said 5 hours ago. I've already passed it. I don't see any mention of Shelly Ann on this at all. So, oh well. I tried to bring that up. But congratulations, Team USA, on both of those. But let's look at the medal table. Look at the medal table. I said this in 2021 about China. Where is the U.S. going to pick up another gold? This might be the first loss that the United States has had as a team at the Olympics in gold. The total medal count is going to go. Of course, I expect white media, especially in the West. Now, Russia might report this differently, but the white media companies are probably going to ignore and bury that the United States loses to China in this. I believe there is still something else going on. Is there women's basketball or something like that? Yeah, that's what I'm just wondering. So I'm just saying, I am just wondering what's going on here. What do you guys think? How y'all think they're gonna push this one? How y'all think they're gonna push this one? You think they're gonna announce that they're gonna do this? They're gonna announce that one. Apparently 2008 China had the most gold medals. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess the U.S. don't win all the time. I'm looking again. 1996, 2000, 2004. Then China took 2008. Then 2012 to 2020 is the United States. And it looks like China might get 2024. If they keep this momentum as it's going now, it's going to be like when the Soviet Union was kind of whooping on the U.S. with their Well, they had the drug regimens, I guess, but they were whooping on the U.S. in the 50s and 70s. So if the U.S. doesn't, you know, take this seriously, there might be some losses coming up. Let me see. Now I'm going to read this here, and then I'm out. Do you think Tobago could do the 1, 2, and 4 next Olympics? Tobago probably should do the 1 and the 2 and do both relays. Now, ironically, I'm going to just let you know here. Did you realize that Tobago could do the thing that Noah Lyles said he wanted to do? And if Tobago does it, that'll be crazy. You know, Noah Lyles wanted to do the 1, the 2, 4x1, and 4x4. Now, him being healthy, I think it's without question, I believe that he would have won. I have no absolute doubt without him being sick. And it's clear that he was sick. His lips were pale white. And of course, he's going to jump out. And I questioned this the other day. I got my answer now. I said, what will happen with Noah Lyles when he starts to get older and a little bit slower? Or when he's having a bad day? I literally said in a video, I said, is he still going to come out and jump? And I was like, I bet you he does. Because it's part of his routine. And then also it's an intimidation factor. But I think it's more part of his routine than anything. If he's making himself like a main character energy, that main character and everything, then everything has to be congruent, including when he's forced to bow out. So that means he's going to come out every single time and basically do that. And then also, that's part of trying to hype himself up. I've done that before. It's like, man, I'm feeling real bad. I got to scream. I'm like, come on, let's go. I'm smacking myself on the leg. I'm going here. I'm hopping up. I'm hyping myself up. I'm like, yeah, I'm jumping up and down. I'm doing what I can, and I'm getting myself there. Like, he was doing extra in that 200, even more than he does in the 100. I'm like, okay, he really getting this field up, and now you see why. He was really probably trying to wake himself up. Everybody else saying, oh, he was jumping up. He's saying it's COVID. No, we already knew that he had COVID. Like, they were saying the rumors, and I was like, whatever. I was dismissing it. But it turns out it was true. And he already told us he didn't feel good in the first round. Noah is very, very transparent, and he shares a lot of stuff. Maybe he didn't share the COVID thing, and that makes sense because people would have freaked out. And yeah, they would have freaked out over COVID. But he was like, yeah, I don't feel right. But hey, I got to do it anyway. Like, something feels off. I feel a little bit more tight after that 100 than normal. And it was like, that was the first sign right there. Like, we could look at it in hindsight as 2020, but that was the first sign right there when he said, yeah, my legs, they're not working as they should. So there you go. And then I'm going to read the last few comments, and then we're out. They say it's really weird because she always speaks out or she was silenced. I don't know, Hunter, about Shelly Ann. Mr. Milkman, people are saying his COVID was fake, but he was tested at the site. I can't. I know. See, that's just the those type of people did not call for the hate debate, saying that he was fake testing. But oh well. Do you think that Kenny would ever get 1 and 2 gold? Oh, let me speak that here with the 15 or so people that's here live, and this is the last thing, and then I'm out of here because I got to get my rabbit some grass. I got to go out there and actually do some training myself because I was in a trading tournament today and I finished 19th out of 200, so that was good. I was able to get, you know, a good $200 prize. So that wasn't bad. I was up in position to get 7,500 in that top 5. And then I spaced out, and even the commentator was like, whoa, that's a wipeout. I was top 30. When you get to top 30, they have 4 rounds. You get 3 rounds to get into the final round. If you qualify, you're in the 4th round. And I got into the top 30. And then top 20 get paid with it. And then I got into the top 5. And then what ended up happening is that I got in there. I started getting excited. And with trading, it's kind of like chess. You really don't want to do it. I got excited, and then I wiped out. And you can't go below 30 because it's only 30 people competing. So I went from positive score, and I went so negative, so quick. It happened in 2 minutes. Like, we literally had a section that was 45 minutes long. It took me 30 minutes to get there. In 2 minutes, snap, I went from 5th all the way to 30, and it was so far down 30 that I took a screenshot of my negative. I probably should post that here because it was hilarious to me. Now that I'm over, but when I was there, I was panicking. I swear, I started getting excited. I was shaking, heart breathing fast, just like if I was at some state track meet or something like that. Same thing. I got down to 30. It was as if I was back at like 75. That's how negative I was. It was like as if I was in 75th place, but I can't go below 30 because I already qualified. But I had to scrape myself back up. I took that secondary. We had a little reprieve of 10 minutes. So it's 2 45-minute rounds of the final round. And then I took that entire time and scraped myself up back to 19. I was that humbled me. Because I was like, yeah, I got this. I got this. If I did nothing else and just bare minimum did any trades, because you're required to do some trades every 2 minutes. If I did nothing else, I still would have been in that top 10 at least. That was crazy. But anyway, yeah, thank you. Now, Kenny. Now, here's the stats that I looked up with the 100. And I'm going to bring up the 100. Let me look at this. I like it on the Wikipedia site better than the Olympic site. So let me bring this up. Okay, let me look at the 100-meter winners list. Let's do this right here. I want y'all to know this. The current Olympic, men's Olympic and world champion is Noah Lyles. Current women's is Julian Alfred for the Olympics, and world champion is Sha'Carri. Now, let me see if it goes here. Does it have the list on Wikipedia before I bring it up? No, those are the records. Nope. Okay, I gotta go back. Okay, I think it's here. Let's bring this up here. I'm going to answer your question by showing you this. They should have a Olympics list here by the winners. Okay, now here's the winners from the Olympics. We're just going to include the Olympics right here. If you were to go down this list, and I think the only exception is like the first few Olympics and whatnot, but when you look at these Olympics, you will see that if you show up and you're not a teenager and you show up in the 100, it kind of applies to the 200 too. Remember, Usain Bolt was still a teenager when he showed up. But if you show up to the 100 the first time, it don't matter if you qualify for another event. Okay? If you had long jump, if you had some other event, I clicked all these names and I was like, let me go ahead and see these. The first time you show up, if you don't win, you're not winning. I think there was one, maybe two exceptions. If you did not show up and win the first time you show up, you're not winning. That's how bad that's how hard it is to get the stats. So let's say Justin Gatlin, although he did get banned, but Justin Gatlin, he won the first time. So that means he had a chance of winning a time later on. But if you didn't win the first time, think of it this way. It's easier for a young person to get the win. We all recognize that because the power that you need to do that, and it's harder when you get older. So just think of it this way. If Justin Gatlin didn't win in 2004 the first time he showed up, okay, cool. Now we got Usain Bolt show up on the sphere. He took that again as the young man. He took it again. Justin Gatlin still competing this whole time. By 2021, which was technically what it was. If it was 2020, I think actually Justin Gatlin would have had a good chance. The fact that he was one of the casualties of it expanding to another year. Him winning, I don't know. But him definitely making it to the Olympics, yeah, that's definite. Now, Jacobs comes through. Justin Gatlin didn't even get it. But he had a career that lasted this whole time. And yes, he was banned in 2008 technically. But let's pretend he wasn't. The fact that Usain Bolt came and just streaked everybody, there you go. Even if this were different people, the fact is that it would have been very hard. Look at Shelly Ann. Where are the people that got the wins in between them? If you don't win the first time you show up, I'm telling you, Justin Gatlin, first time he showed up, won. Maurice Green, first time. Donovan Bailey, Linford Christie, so on and so forth. All of that. Wait a minute. Linford Christie, I think it was the, wait a minute, second time he showed up. Let me look at this again. This might be yeah, okay. Linford Christie is that exception that I had looked up. This might be the exception right here. So Linford Christie is the exception. So that's why I said it's going to be very hard. You see how I caught that even right there? So it's going to be very, very, very near impossible for you to get a win at the next Olympics. So I wanted to answer it that way. It's similar to the 200. It's a little bit easier. It's a little bit more likely that somebody that finishes second or something can get a win. But I'm telling you, at the Olympics, remember, it's every 4 years. Now, if you include the World Championships, he got a chance of getting a W. Right? He got a chance of getting a W. So just look at it that way. And I think that's the last topic. I'm checking to see if there's any other comments. And no, there is not. So I answered everything here. Thank you guys for coming out to the Hate or Debate Noah Lyles and Sha'Carri Richardson edition call-in broadcast. We had a bunch of cowards that did not call in. We had one person that was brave enough, and she did call in. So I'll give my hands off to her. Wait a minute. I see a comment now. I didn't see it before, but when I refreshed the live chat, Heron said the 4x4 Team Jamaica proved nothing but shit. Well, okay, man. I see you upset. Y'all got something to do. Y'all got to go back to the drawing board. Contact JAAA and say, hey, look, we on life support right now. We need some help and assistance. All right? So dang, I forgot my own outro. I was about to say something. I say to my girl, but I'm about to call her back later. Well, I'm about to see her later. Oh, I had to catch myself there. Y'all, I'm having fun right now. Anyway, you've been listening to Head and Shoulders ATR, and I'm your host, Nick. And we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. We'll see what we're going to cover tomorrow, if there is anything to cover. But I'm going to definitely do a post on that medal count to see if China got it. Because if they can get it now or they get really close, I'm going to have to look at Team USA and be like, are you going to have China come to the U.S. and beat USA in home territory? Right? Are you going to come to Team USA or United States and China comes over and beats the bricks out of USA as far as the medal count, and they are winning things that non-Europeans have not even won? So